Alright, chances are if you're watching this video, you're probably new to my channel, and you clicked on this video because PewDiePie is in the title, and I am criticizing PewDiePie. Now, before you leave your dislike, I want you to hear me out here. Please, watch the whole video before you leave the dislike. So, PewDiePie has had a lot of drama for the last few years surrounding white nationalism, racism, neo-Nazism, all that. It all started, if I recall correctly, back in October of 2017, when PewDiePie was streaming some PUBG and the N-word that was heard around the world happened. PewDiePie was on a bridge in PUBG. He hit a guy like 6 times with his fucking M4, if I remember correctly, and the guy didn't go down. Finished his friend. He had a heated gamer moment. He dropped the N-word. Most gamers, most people, me as well, it was 2017, Chad, defended PewDiePie. I defended PewDiePie as well. A little while after that, and a lot of mainstream news articles like pick this up, because I mean, if the biggest YouTuber on the fucking website says the N-word on stream, pretty big deal. But I, at the time, was a chud, and I also didn't care all that much about the situation. I was like, you know, clearly he does probably say the N-word in private. Like, listen, he said the N-word, like, he dropped that N-bomb, like, it was an insult. He didn't even realize he said it for a second. Like, he said, what a fucking gamer. Oh shit, I'm so sorry, like, what the fuck? Like, it took him a second to realize what he had just said. So, that tells me he probably says it, or said it, a lot in his free time, like, as an insult with his buddies, which, on its own, I didn't see as a big deal, alright? But a lot of news articles, like, picked this up, and were saying PewDiePie is racist, or at least saying that PewDiePie said a racial slur on stream. From there, a little bit more drama went down. PewDiePie did a video showing off Fiverr. Now, PewDiePie claimed the point of this video was to demonstrate the crazy shit people online would do for money. So he paid these 2 dudes, I think they were like 2 Indian dudes or something, I don't remember. He paid them to hold up a sign that said, gas all Jews, or gas the Jews or something, and like dance around on the screen. That's what he paid them for. It was a dumb meme. That's what I saw it as. Just a dumb fucking meme. Or his death to all Jews. Yeah, not gas the Jews, it was death to all Jews, yeah. It was a dumb meme, but once again, people took it as just a dumb meme. It was a joke. He apologized for it. Everyone moved on. Then more things started to stack up. Because the alt-right is... The alt-right is a problem in the way that they act. The alt-right has an interesting tactic where they will appropriate symbols and memes that are popular with normies in order to make the people in their movement who dog whistle those memes, to give them a bit of, like, to muddy the water so it's harder to point them out, right? And that's what they'll do. So they did this with Pepe, although we've sort of reappropriated Pepe. If you're watching this video right now, you can see there's quite a few of them in my chat. There's one right here. There is a Pepe right there. Like, yeah, there's quite a few of them. Oh, look, there's a Pepe right there. Look at him. Look at all those Pepes. Look at all of them, guys. That's a lot of Pepes right there. So we've reappropriated the Pepe, but the Nazis kind of took them. They started using them. So that was a problem. And they did the same thing with the OK symbol. There's been a lot of memes that they've done this with. However, there is a new meme that was created on Poll specifically about, like, white nationalism. Like, it's a Nazi meme. It's very clearly meant to be PewDiePie. That's right, guys. We're talking about the Aryan Nordic gamer meme today. Now, PewDiePie did make a video about it, like, a month ago. There's no point in going over the video. PewDiePie does not acknowledge the history of the meme or its origin or what it's used for by white nationalists at all. He just makes a joke about how his likeness was being used for the meme, and that's it, basically. It was just, he absolved himself of all responsibility with this. Unfortunately, Nazis, regardless of PewDiePie's political affiliation, because PewDiePie is very unwilling to take any hardline stance against like Nazis or anything, or the white nationalists in his community. He will not take like a hardline stance of it. He'll just sort of like just pretend they don't exist so that technically he can keep getting their support. I mean, the Nazis think he's their guy. That's what they call him. He's backslash their guy. Backslash. That's like the meme, right? I mean, like Stormfront, like the #1 Nazi publication on the website, believes that PewDiePie is one of them and is their guy. Like, regardless of PewDiePie's position, they think he's a Nazi, which sucks because I don't think PewDiePie's a Nazi. I personally don't. But he just isn't willing to speak out against them in the way that it needs to happen. He just won't do it. So, what are we going to do about this, guys? What are we going to do about the fact that PewDiePie is being supported by fucking Nazis? Well, there's nothing really. All we can do is keep calling it out and hope that figures who are bread-pilled, that are friends with PewDiePie, continue to gain popularity. Maybe somebody like, I don't know, Jacksepticeye could convince him to do it, because Jacksepticeye is pretty left-leaning. That would be nice to see. It would be nice if in the future to have PewDiePie acknowledge this. But regardless, let's take a look at some of the memes that PewDiePie is being used for, because it is clearly PewDiePie. I mean, like, it's clearly supposed to be PewDiePie. Are you shitting me here? It's not subtle. The people who made the meme on poll weren't being subtle. So, okay, here we're going to go over some of the other meme ones here. But first we have one right here of the Coomer and the Thought saying, so you two are really just going to pursue a normal and healthy sex life built on love, mutual respect, and a genuine desire to see your partner happy? And then it's like the trad wife and Aryan gamer, you know, it's very clearly meant to be PewDiePie with the beard. Just says yes. That's just the response. Just yes. Well, shit. All right. Let's keep going then. Holy fuck. God damn, we're about to hit 400 viewers. You guys are insane. All right. So this one isn't, on surface level, doesn't look like any Nazi shit. Might just be like a somewhat harmless incel meme. The problem is, if you guys are aware of the JQ, the Jewish question, there's basically a conspiracy that the Jews are trying to push sexual deviancy in media to try to break apart the white Aryan nuclear family. This is a very common white nationalist or neo-Nazi conspiracy theory. So that's clearly what this is a reference to. That's where the Coomer and Thought meme comes from. So there's that. Then there's this one. At least they give him blonde hair in this one. But, yeah. I'm going to shrink myself a little bit so you can see it a little better. That is a skull mask. That is a very clearly racist caricature of a black person that I'm not going to read because I don't want to get banned from Twitch. With a literal skull mask PewDiePie. I think you guys are getting the problem here. That's pretty fucking yikes. Alright? The problem is, now thankfully, lefties or just non-racists or normies, whatever you want to say, have come along and they're starting to reappropriate the meme into like non-racist memes. Like here's one that's like about boomers. I actually kind of like this meme quite a lot. The Zoomer is like, you ruined the housing market, the job market, and the environment, which is true. And then the boomer with like the I Heart Florida fucking visor and the camper in Florida with the Hawaiian shirt just saying yes. Like, I think it's very clearly this one's meant to be satirical. Like, listen, I live in Florida. This meme is really fucking accurate. That's me in 15 years. 15 years? What the fuck? I'm 20. I'll be 35. You think this is gonna be me when I'm 35? Actually, you know, with the beard, yeah, maybe. It might be me when I'm 35. Fuck. I don't know, guys. This is a little fucked up. I feel like there's a problem here. Like, a literal neo-Nazi, before shooting up a mosque, yells, subscribe to well, he didn't yell it. He just says, all right, lads, remember, subscribe to PewDiePie, before murdering 50 Muslim people. Like, the fuck? I feel like at this point... Oh, yeah, and then also the... oh, yeah, there was also the San Diego shooter, who also gave PewDiePie a bit of a shout-out in his manifesto before murdering a bunch of Jews. Like... regardless of whether or not PewDiePie is a Nazi, which I don't think he is, it does seem weird that he's so unwilling to just acknowledge the issue, right? He did a tweet, which is something at least, but it's getting worse. The problem is with these groups, when you have literal Nazis in your community festering, if you don't acknowledge them, they're like a virus. They're like a fungus, right? Like, let's say you have some sort of fungal infection somewhere on your body, right? And you don't do anything about it. You don't treat it. It's only going to get worse. Leaving it alone and letting it fester doesn't make it any better. It's only going to get worse. And that's what PewDiePie is doing right now. He thinks that if he ignores them and he cuts them off and gives them no attention, then maybe they'll just go away. Not how it works. From the Nazis' point of view, him ignoring them is a good thing and a good sign. Because if he didn't like them, obviously he would confront them, right? But he's not, because he can't come out in support of them, because that would be, social suicide for, all the normies would leave him, right? All the normies, right? But if he ignores them and he knows they exist, then that must be some sort of, passive acceptance of their ideology, right? That seems to be the implication. It's interesting. I feel like because PewDiePie is becoming so popular with Nazis, and he's getting more popular with them, do you think we're going to see more Nazis shooting up mosques, burning down buildings, committing murders, and writing manifestos, and referencing PewDiePie? How many more times can it happen? It's already happened twice, at least twice. How many more times can this happen before PewDiePie realizes? How many more Stormfront articles can there be talking about how PewDiePie's face is going to be the one on the billboards when they're gassing the Jews? How many more articles like that can there be before PewDiePie finally disavows all of it strongly? I don't know. I really don't know. There's so many examples, too. It's very possible PewDiePie is a reactionary as well. He's a fan of the Quartering. The Quartering, just like a month ago, was tweeting... holy fuck, we're about to hit 400 viewers. The Quartering was tweeting a couple, 2 months ago, how happy he was because the PewDiePie was in his chat. PewDiePie was, in his stream chat saying what a big fan of the Quartering he is. So that kind of fucking sucks. Being a fan of the Quartering doesn't make you a Nazi, but it is a bit yikes, I will say. And it sucks. It fucking sucks. It really does. It really does suck that the biggest streamer, or the biggest YouTuber in the fucking planet, the biggest singular person on this fucking planet, also he was following Stefan Molyneux and Lauren Southern on Twitter. That's a bit yikes as well. It does suck that there is a non-0% chance that the largest public figure on YouTube might be a Nazi. I'm not saying he is, but it is a non-zero chance that he's a Nazi. It is a non-zero chance. We just hit 400 viewers. Holy fuck. He's probably somewhat reactionary. I would argue that socially, he's probably fairly progressive. He's probably pretty progressive socially. But at the same time... Yeah, he also had Ben Shapiro on for Meme Review and shilled Jordan Peterson's book. Even if you're the most milquetoast centrist person, you have to agree that there is a non-0% chance that PewDiePie is a crypto-fascist. It's possible. I don't want him to be. I don't want this to be a case where it's he ends up Sieg Heiling in a video. Just PewDiePie uploads a video tomorrow and it's just him full on just coming out as a Nazi. If that happened, I would be mad. I would be upset. I would not be happy. I don't want to be proven right on this. This is not a scenario where I want to be to all the centrist liberal people who've been defending PewDiePie all these years. I don't want to be able to say, told you so to those people. I don't want that to happen. I don't want the #1 subbed YouTuber on this fucking platform to actually be a Nazi. I don't want to be right on this. I want PewDiePie to just be somewhat disaffected and not aware of what's going on. This is the ideal situation. PewDiePie is just disaffected, doesn't know what's going on, and tried to avoid the problem because he thought it would go away. But when he realizes that it's not going to go away, he speaks out against it, and we're all good. That's what I want to happen. That is the best case scenario, and that is what I'm hoping for. He just does that to appeal to his Nazi fan base to make more money? I don't know. Listen, Anarcho TV, PewDiePie is a multi-millionaire, possibly in the tens of millions of dollars already saved up. He's been the #1 most subbed YouTuber on this platform for over half a decade. I really think that if he has some amount of like integrity to him, which I think he probably does, he isn't doing it for money. I don't think money would be why he's ignoring the problem. I think it's to avoid controversy. Because if he makes some video tomorrow, let's say tomorrow he makes a video that's just denouncing the Nazis in his fan base. I would love it. That would be awesome. I would be so fucking happy. However, it would bring up a lot of drama that would be disadvantageous for his reputation. Right? A lot of centrist, liberal gamer bros would probably accuse him of being an SJW. That would be a big one. Not only that, but we would also see like people like the reactionary anti-SJW community would also call him out for it too. Keemstar would. Yeah, PewDiePie is a Keemstar supporter, which is also pretty fucking yikes, but I don't know. That it would feel like a punch in the gut if PewDiePie came out as a Nazi. But I don't know. We're back in the prime time of year for Breadtube. We're in January. So like January to May is like Breadtube's Breadtube season. So we're back in that. That's why we're, 400 viewers right now, which is very nice. But I'm excited to see where this goes from here. I want to see if during Breadtube season PewDiePie does some shit when he has so many eyes on him. If he does some shit that ends up standing out. We'll find out.